Hey, what's going on, guys? It's PatisauR right here, and today we're gonna play South Park, The Fractured Butthole. Now, in this video, I'm gonna show you guys how to beat these mobs that are sitting around to farm really quickly in Mastermind combat mode. Now, Mastermind is the highest combat mode. Now, the few things you'll need is Necrotic Idol, which adds 24% to status effects. You need Fanatic Visage. This allows you to gain 1 movement, so you actually have 4 movement. You get this from collecting, not collecting, but posting Mr. Adams' picture in those 10 locations that you need to. You might need to Google to find those locations, but once you do, you get Fanatic Visage. Now this is the 2 epic slots that you can get. You can only have 2 of them, and the second epic slot is actually, you get this from the story mode, Cloven Heirloom. Now what this does is, if you miss a critical strike, you have a 50% chance of actually succeeding those criticals. So even if you miss, you have a chance to actually land the criticals with a coin flip chance. Now, to complement Cloven Heirloom, you want to have your critical strike damage as high as possible. Now, to do this, you need to get Tantalum Accelerator +4. Now, to get this recipe, it's actually a craft, and to craft this item, to get the recipe, there's a vendor in Dr. Mephisto's lab where you can buy the recipe for like $44, I think. Other than that, I think to get it outside of that, you might need to finish the game. But that's where I got this. I got it from Dr. Mephisto's lab in the vendor. Now, Nuclear Vessel is pretty hard to obtain. It's actually the highest crit strike damage. So you'll get this from Kevin Soley's house. So what you want to do is, you need Butters for this. You need to deactivate his garage so you can open it. Head on into his garage. There's a ladder where you can climb up the garage and climb to the top, go onto the roof, and break into Kevin Soley's room through the window. And there should be a Nuclear Vessel recipe on the ground. And to get the 3 items to craft the Nuclear Vessel, you cannot get it anywhere but his house. So the first item is in the bathtub, and you need to hit the tap so the bathtub can fill with water, so you can get the first piece. The second piece, you need to go into his parents' room and get the keys and go downstairs into the cabinet and open the glass cabinet. The last piece is in the kitchen. You need Butters again to deactivate the microwave and open the microwave to get the last piece. And that's how you get Nuclear Vessel. If you cannot get Nuclear Vessel, you could settle for a second Tantalum Accelerator. Just get 2 of these. The reason why Nuclear Vessel is better is because it gives another 2% crit damage. But at the same time, Tantalum Accelerator has 105 might. That means you get more to your base stats. Okay, to get Necrotic Idol, this is actually pretty hard to get. I think you have to complete the unclogging of toilets. I think there's one in the community center, and I don't know where the second toilet is. You might have to Google that, but you have to get those 2 pieces from Mr. Hanky and Mrs. Hanky, and that's how you craft Necrotic Idol. Now this gives a whopping 24% of status effect damage. You want to pump your status effect damage as high as possible. These 2 necrotic scrolls you can get from beating the homeless people in front of the park area at the basketball courts. You need to have the combat set to Mastermind. and eventually it will drop. Just keep trying. To get this last, where is it? To get this last artifact, it's called Alien Probe Mark II, plus 20%. To get this, you just need to, this is actually a season pass item. If you can't get this, you need a third necrotic scroll. Otherwise, you can settle for where is it? Amulet of Contemplation. You can get this in the church where those two priests were when you first fought them at the start. That gives this 20% as well. So it's just the fact that it gives lower might than the Mark II. That's why I'm using the Mark II instead. Plus 7 will give you extra plus 1 to everything and 4 health. Now the build you want to go for is, you want to get Backfire Blast, which is the blaster skill, and you want to get Gigavolt Globe, that's the Gadgeteer skill, and Root Burst, which is the Plant Mancer skill. Now the reason why you get these 3 skills is, number one, they all have different status effects. Root Burst is bleeding, Gigavolt is shock, and Backfire Blast is gross out and burning. Now the reason why you get these is you're built on status effects. That means your status effects is going to deal way more damage. Not only that, they're all intel. Not intel, brains. Let's just say brains. And the last skill you get is Double Edge. Double Edge is the best skill in the game, no doubt. Double Edge allows you to hit twice in one turn, but then it skips your next turn. But if you kill him fast enough, you don't need a next turn, right? Not only that, if you clone yourself, your clone can also use Double Edge, meaning you take 4 turns in a row. 4 turns in a row. That's insane. Now, the reason why you get these 4 as brains, these 4 are brains, is because when you go into artifacts, your DNA should be Crack Baby Rage. Now you get this in the building, one of the buildings in the second row. You go upstairs and you need stand for this to blow away something, and then you just, it should be somewhere there. So this is the DNA you need. The reason being because it adds 50% to brains. It does lower your health, but you don't need you don't really need it to farm. Not only that, it also adds 1 movement. So you went from, I think, 3 movement to 4 movement. Wait, does it add 1 movement? Yeah, it actually does add 1 movement. So I think you want 2 movement. So with this, you have 4 movement, which is insane. You can pretty much walk anywhere. Now, let's test this out. We'll go to combat difficulty, set this to mastermind mode, and we'll go back into the game. And we're going to go in here, so the 6th graders spawn, right? And we're going to hit them.
That's a good fourthie. Come a little closer.
Start combat. Now watch this. I got the first turn, so I'm going to go all the way up here.
Now you're gonna get it.
That's 4 movement, that's insane. Now I'm going to use Double Edge so I can get 2 turns in a row. And I'm going to use Root Burst, which knockbacks and does bleeding. Now they all have around 700 life. I missed the crit there. But they all have around 700 life. Now let's try to finish these guys as soon as possible. Now we're going to go for the shock effect. Now this doesn't deal much damage, but when they take their turn, they're going to take like 400 damage. You can see the crit there does 175 to everyone.
Our butthole, I mean.
You're going down, sissy. Microaggression. Hit it.
So we get that microaggression there. So we're going to use our clone skill. Our clone skill you get from Morgan Freeman after you finish a lot of side quests. See, right there, I just killed everyone in like my first turn pretty much. And because I cloned myself, I can use Double Edge twice, right? And they haven't even hurt me yet. They haven't even touched me. Now I can just finish off this guy, and I still have another turn to go. So I pretty much beat them all without them actually moving at all. And that was insane damage right there. Now this is the build to farm a lot faster, but in the future I'll show you some other builds that I've tried as well. And this is the best way to level up as well. Best way to farm money and level up at the same time. So that's the end of my video, guys, and thanks for watching.